Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we're going to go into some Redstone Arsenal. So we're just going to be replacing our Tinker Construct tools with just some flux and fuse so it uses energy instead of materials. So the first thing that we're going to do is all of the ingredients are similar. They all require flux and fuse obsidian rods where there would be sticks. And then the ingot style thing would be a fluxed electrum ingot. And to get the flux electrum ingot, you just need some sand and a flux electrum blend, which is silver, gold, and redstone. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the redstone because that gives you 2. And then we need... that only crafts 1. So, okay, so it's 1 per thing. So we need 5... let's see here. We need 5, 8, 11, 12, 14. I think that's all we'll be making. So we're going to need 14 of the Flux Electrum blend. So we need 14 silver, 14 gold. There'll be no issue. No issue whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and take that off so it doesn't smelt them again. Let that run through. Throw that up there so I don't forget. Okay, so now for the destabilized redstone, the bucket, we're going to go back to what we created yesterday, the Magma, Crucible, and Flue Transposer. So I'm going to throw redstone in the Magma Crucible. It's going to turn into liquid. I'm going to then put it into the Flue Transposer, which you can then take it out with a bucket. So we need 14 buckets. And each bucket is 1,000 millibucket, which is 10 redstone. So if we need 14, which we now need 13, we need 13,000, which means we need 130 redstone. What would be the easiest way to do it? What did I say? Need 13. I need 1,000. The 1,300? That just seems like a lot. It's 130. So that you get 10 per thing. Yeah, it's 130. So I need to get rid of that. And then I need to get rid of 16. Right? Give me one more. Is it 113? No, it's 130. Could be 130, right? Each one gives me 10. I need 13,000 more. Yeah. Right? Yeah, this should be right. If not, we could always throw in more. But this should be right. Like I said, you could throw in blocks and then throw in the spare ones. Watch. As you can see, you could throw in just a block of redstone. It takes just as long as just throwing in just the redstone itself, but it's easier to do that, so I don't have to sit here and keep putting in every single time. Because eventually it gets annoying. And when I say eventually, I mean like right away. I already have some. I just need to go ahead and make a bucket so I can pull the redstone out. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 of them. And all you do is just click in. And if it's not taking the redstone out, make sure you change your mode from empty to fill. But if you have it on empty, it'll take whatever's in here and put it into the machine. So if we were to put this back in here, we can put the redstone back into the machine. So, okay, so now that we have that, we can go this. Wait for the silver. We have enough to at least get 1 going here. Boom. That makes 2. Wait, did I do this all wrong? I need 5, 8, 11, 12, 14. We only need 7 redstone buckets because it crafts 2. Yeah, I did that wrong. That's okay. It is what it is. So instead of 14,000 in here, we only need 7,000. And I already took 1 out, so we would only need 6,000. So that's fine. Maybe I messed up before. I don't know. We'll go one at a time here. I keep thinking that fire is my house on fire, but it's just the wing, the fire mills. Okay, so while that's going, smelting down the redstone because we need that. We also need flux infused obsidian rods. So it's just an obsidian rod, which is 2 pulverized obsidian on a blaze, with a blaze powder. That's pretty simple. Nothing hard there. The flux crystal is 2 diamonds along with a redstone bucket. Okay, so we do need more redstone in there. And we're gonna need basically a redstone per thing. We're gonna need another. We're gonna need a bunch of redstone and a bunch of obsidian pulverized. So let me take this, throw that in there. And then this should. I believe one block of obsidian gives you 8 dust, like 8 pulverized. I believe either that or 4. I want to say 8 though. Oh, it is 4. Okay. And then we also need blaze rods, which I know that we got a couple of. Yes. Oh, I don't need that. We have a whole bunch of blaze powder from killing the wolves and the nether. So we're good there. So I believe we could just take this and... Yeah, there we go. So that's enough for our hammer anyway. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so we need 9 of those. Okay, so that's not actually too bad. I need to put a crafting table over there. Oh, okay, so we don't... This one won't take too bad. It's this that takes a while. That's not gold. That's gold. Yeah, this is the process that takes a little bit unless you speed them up. You can speed them up with the same upgrades that we did to this one here with the hardened machine, which we probably should go ahead and do so it doesn't take as long. Put that back in there. I believe we need that for these, which I believe is in that with the sand. Yeah. Do we even have sand? We have 4. So if you throw gravel into pulverizer, you do get sand. So, and to get gravel, you could throw cobblestone in there. That should be enough. So you could throw cobblestone in the pulverizer to get gravel, and then throw the gravel in to get sand. So, yeah. We only needed 9. So that's done. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Let me throw this in here. Like I said, that should make sand. And then we're also going to go to the thermal expansion. I scrolled the wrong way. And we're going to make a couple of these. So we need 8 bronze. I don't have any bronze. Bronze was what again? Copper and tin? Yeah, copper and tin. Take half of that. It's in groups of 3, so we'll do that, and then we'll grab 6 of that. Because it's 3 to 1. Could be anyway. Oh, we have some bronze right there. It is bronze that we need, right? Yeah. Alright, we got the 8 of those. Eight invar, 4 redstone. Got it exactly. Bingo. And then I believe what we need is the processing speed. So it's just a bunch of gold. Just 5 gold and 2 redstone. I'm going to do 10 and then grab 4 of those. Then go bing. Pop, pop. That should be everything we need to make it go faster. Right? Oh. I'm not generating enough power. Because I have that running, this running, that running, the pulverizer running. This is done. So as you can see, with the power not being full, I'm only using about 60 RF instead of 150, so it could go twice as fast. But I don't have the the power right now because I'm drawing too much at one time. Oh, my inventory's a mess. I hate it. Now I'm gonna start throwing that in there with the sand. Right? That's the right recipe, I believe. Redstone. And these tools won't be as good as what we have right now at the beginning. But like I said in the previous episode, that we'll be able to enchant them. And with the enchantments, we can set up a mob spawner to just give us mobs, like mob essence, which is just XP. Or we could just go out and just kill a bunch of things and get the liquid essence and do it that way. Not the liquid essence, but the essence of, what is it? I know I have a couple here. Yeah, right here. Solidified experience. So if you just grab this, right click, it's just XP that you can, that mobs drop, that you can store for later if you want to. But all we have to do is go to the end, or not the end, to the nether and just mine nether quartz. Probably the easiest way. How much of this stuff do I need again? 14, right? 5, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we need 14. We have 12. We need 2 more. We only need 1 more. These recipes because it creates 2. Pink. So the rest of that will be with the diamonds that we need for the sticks. Let me go over here, got some diamonds. I'll just take it. We need them for this. I think. And then we can combine the flux crystal with the obsidian rod to make one of them. Now we just need 1 more bucket. So then we can make another one so that we can go ahead and make the hammer because we have enough now. Then I need to empty this. Actually, I need to empty it. Just do this. Get a bunch of electrum. Multi-electrum. We'll be using it later. Definitely will not be going to waste. Put all of that in there. Put the electrum in there. Diamonds. I need the diamonds. This is our machines chest. Put that there, that there, that there. Sticks I don't need. Glass I don't need. That I don't need for right now. Don't need obsidian. That back. Sulfur. What were we using sulfur for? I know that we were using it last episode, but I don't remember what it was for. As you can see here, here's the enchanter that I was talking about. It's part of Ender IO machines. So you put in a book and quail. It tells you how many levels you need. And then you just add the amount of sulfur and lapis to get destruction. It's, for this enchantment, that's what you would need, is sulfur and lapis. But oh, we were going to use this. Was this steel? Or, no, it was the capacitor. That's what it was. Okay. Okay, now that my inventory is a little bit more organized, I feel a little better. Not a lot better, but a little. Okay. Bingo. Alright, so we have the hammer. We can go ahead and make the sword as well. Yeah, as we could see, the attack speed is 1.6. And it's 1.26 on the cleaver. So the cleaver is actually a quicker... That's a quicker swing. And the attack damage is through the roof. But we can throw sharpness on this and flux infused sword. That'll make it a lot better. And then I believe if I hit V on it... I don't have any electric. I don't have any power for it to do anything. Let me grab it out of the... Where did I put that machine again? This one? Yeah, it's this one. That should help with the machine getting full power also. I forgot that that was draining it probably. Turn that on by shift right clicking. As you can see at the bottom in your toolbar, it'll light up red. And in your hand it lights up red. So that's currently outputting power to whatever you have highlighted. So whatever you have in your hand, it charges. As you can see, it's not charging the hammer until I scroll over it. Bink. Now it's charging. So what it does is it takes the energy straight from the capacitor, puts it right into your tool. So if you're mining with this, it'll keep recharging itself until the capacitor's empty, and then once the capacitor's empty, then it'll start emptying out your tool as well. So, and you can also hit V to empower it. So as you can see, it's outlined in red, which means it's empowered. If I hit V, it turns it off. So if I compare the stats to when I don't have it empowered, so it's a 1.6 attack speed and a 7 attack damage without it empowered. If I go ahead and empower it by hitting V, it does use more flux. As you can see here, it only uses 200 RF per use, not empowered. If I go ahead and empower it, instead of 200, it uses 800. But now the attack damage is 16. And then once I put sharpness, and I believe there's another mod that you can, or another enchantment you can put on to increase the attack speed. So we're getting almost the same exact damage as the iron cleaver. And is it the higher the attack speed, the better, or the lower? Okay, it's actually better. It's the higher the better. So it swings quicker than the iron cleaver, and it does almost the exact same amount of damage. The only benefit of the cleaver is if you need to go get wither skeleton skulls, because it does have the ability for beheading. So it does make it a little bit nicer for that. But so it does do a 3x3 like normal, not empowered. If you empower it, it does a 5x5, and it only takes 200 RF a use, and it can store 320,000. So you'd have to divide 320,000 by 200. You get about what is it? I don't even know. But that's how many blocks you can mine in a row. My quick math isn't helping right now. So 320,000, 200. You should be able to mine like 3,200 blocks. Yeah. No. 1,600. Yeah, you should be able to mine 1,600 blocks compared to 2560 divided by 9. Or 2560 divided by 9. That's not their durability, David. Think about it for a second. Stop just talking. Durability is 552 divided by 9. So you can only go not even 100 blocks. As in this, you can go 1,000 just with the charge of the hammer. Now with the capacitor, that holds 9 million. So you can mine it a pretty long time before you have to charge it again, which is really nice. And you don't have to keep stopping and repairing your tools and doing this and doing that. You could just mine as far as you want and you're good. Also with the hammer, if you shift, you can mine 1 block. So technically we don't even need the pickaxe. So we can eliminate the pickaxe from what we have to make, because the hammer is a pickaxe. I mean, you can only do it when you're shifting, but when you're mining, you don't really need to do that. And when you're trying to break, say for instance this, you could shift. It doesn't really affect your mining speed at all. So we don't even need the pick. So we can get rid of that. The excavator does the exact same thing. So all we need is 3 tools instead of 4. And if I had really say so, I need 5 because of the shovel. So these 3 take up 5. So it's very efficient on your hotbar. You have more space down here for if you're trying to build something or anything like that. So for me, I like the flux infused as like a mid game. And then once you get the late game, I mean, you definitely want to go draconic or some type of other mod. I prefer draconic. I just know it a little bit better than all the other ones that I used. There was something that we were trying to finish here. Oh yeah. Throw that in there, David. Let's get this rolling here. Man. We need the shovel, right? No, the excavator. Okay, so I need 2 of these. Trying to figure out in my head exactly what we needed. Because we eliminated 2 things. Pink. And what was it? This? Yep. Unfortunately, the texture is not too good on that. I guess it was added in after. Oh, so it looks like it does a 1x1, and then if you empower it... this isn't dirt. Okay, so this is the same thing as the hammer. You shift, it does 1. You leave it alone, it's 3. And if you empower it, it's a 5. So it's the exact same thing as the hammer. Just basically a shovel. So let me go over here. I guess I'll throw them in this chest. We don't need any of those. We don't need this anymore. Throw that in there, that in there. We can throw the buckets in there. It doesn't really matter. And now we have tools and we don't have to worry about them anymore. So yeah, that's sort of the gist of the Redstone Arsenal. Like I said, it's the exact same recipe for almost everything. If you wanted to go ahead and make the armor, I don't really use the armor. I've never used it. I don't know if it's any good. I usually just stick with diamond because once you have a good pick, or not a good pick, a good sword, you don't really need that much armor. Not until you get into the end where you're going up against the dragon, or if you kill withers without using a machine. So you really don't need good armor. Not until you go into the end, or if you go into the draconic end, where you have to go pretty far away and you have to kill the chaos dragon. Then you need armor. But until then, you don't really need armor. So I don't really go into this too much. But it is still the exact same recipes. It's just the flux electrum ingot, which is what we already made. You just have to use a compactor to get you a plate, and you might actually be able to use. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. Don't get excited. You might actually be able to use the hammer that we crafted, the forge hammer. Let me see if this works real quick. You might be able to just use this. No, okay. So you do need a compactor, and you need a compactor to. That wasn't in here. You need a compactor to get the plates, and then once you get the plates, it's the same thing with the flux crystal. It's the redstone and 2 diamonds, and it's the same crafting recipe as if you were to make any armor. So you would need 24 of them. So you would need 24 flux crystals, which means it would use 2 diamonds. So it would be 48 diamonds. And then you would need the 24 times 4, which is 96, I believe. So you would need 96 electrum plates, which is 96 flux electrum ingots. So it is pretty expensive. I'm sure it's worth it. I mean, there's no way that it's not worth it if it's that expensive. Also, with the chest plate, it looks like you can add a jetpack to it. But though, if you take the route I did, we already have flight, so you don't really need a jetpack, because a jetpack you can only go up and down pretty quick. You can't go forward pretty quick like we are now. So because we basically have creative flight. Jetpack is just a boost up like this, and then you would go slow, like you would go real slow forward, and you wouldn't have no fall damage. I believe. I'm pretty sure the jetpacks don't give you resistance to fall damage. So yeah, that wraps it up for the Redstone Arsenal. Oh, you can also make a shield? I didn't know there's a shield. I thought that was on a later update. Huh. But yeah, you can mess around with it. There's a battle wrench. Never used it. I don't even know what it's for, to be honest. I mean, the attack damage is horrible. What's the... Oh, the attack damage is the same as the sword. Maybe the battle wrench. Maybe that's a... Maybe you can use it as a wrench. And a sword that says battle. Instead of like a battle axe, it's a battle wrench. I'm not sure about this one. I never messed with it. You can make a quiver, which that's just to hold your arrows. And then you can also make a bow, a couple other tools as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there for this episode. Basically, it was a pretty quick one. All we did was just go ahead and make the flux and fuse tools, and then we sort of charged up our capacitors. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this capacitor in here just to charge while we're not playing, while we're away. And yeah, I guess we can go ahead and call it there. Next episode, we will be upgrading our energy or power. So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade these dynamos, all 6 of them. We could just craft more, and it would probably be a little bit easier, but I want to go ahead and upgrade them. And then I'm also going to be changing the flux duct so we can transport more energy at one time. I feel like that's going to be our next step, because we were sort of bottlenecked with the power when we had our infuser running, our igneous extruder running, and also the transposer, the magma crucible, and everything. Once all those were running at the same time, we were sort of stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade those next episode. It looks like we are... Wait. Did that really pick up glowstone? Energized glowstones in there. How do I even get that out? Well, looks like we have an abrupt emergency here. I'm guessing I have to craft a tank. Craft a tank from thermal expansion. We need 3 glass, a copper, 2 redstone, and iron. I guess this is a case that could happen. If there's glowstone that's below the lava or on the same level as lava, it could technically break the glowstone and give you energized glowstone, which could mess up your lava pump if you're doing it the same way I am. Huh. I know it's 3 glass. I don't think it was 3 copper. So you definitely want to keep an eye out if you're sort of following along. And if you're sort of doing the same thing. Let me just place that. Place that. Okay. That worked. Cool. Alright, so yeah, all you have to do is make a portable tank from thermal expansion. Place your ender tank on it, and call it a day. Here we go. Wait. Do one of these have glowstone in it? If one of them have glowstone in it, it won't work. That's the only downside to making them the opaque, is you can't see what's in it. Yeah, I think one of them has glowstone in it. Ooh, wrench. Wrench also works on the flux duct. Or the fluid duct. Okay, do I have to destroy all of it? Aha, there we go. Now it's filling back up with lava. Okay, that was weird. Just filling up with lava. There we go. Alright, so it looks like if you do run into this issue and you do make the opaque and you can't see what's causing the issue, just destroy all the piping, place back the ender tank, and then just go back in with your flux or your fluid duct. Because it looks like if something gets in the line, it sort of messes everything up. I guess we can keep that just there for now. I don't think I'll ever use it. Maybe we will use it for something. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and call it there before we get into some other crazy issues that we run into. Feel free to like, subscribe, and also ring the notification so you know when the next video goes live. And I will catch you guys in the next one.